I'm about to show you how we've helped gym owners just like Vanessa at House Fitness and Wellness Center add 18 plus coaches to her gym in just a couple of weeks. And this is the same exact strategy we used to help Bradley Martin at Zoo Culture completely revamp their PT partnership program and add an extra $25,000 in monthly recurring revenue in just 90 days. And our system doesn't just add more trainers, it maximizes what you're already doing with your coaches right now. And best of all, it's gonna make you stand out from every other gym in the city. By the end of this video, you're gonna know exactly how to fix all the fundamental flaws in your PT partnership program that are causing trainers to leave every single month. And it's the same flaws that are limiting your income potential and keeping you from scaling the business. Let's get into it. Okay, cool. So we're gonna start off with what most gyms are doing right now and trying to promote for independent contractors, personal trainers, fit pros, sports massage therapists, boxing coaches, Muay Thai coaches, any other type of independent contractor. But I'm also gonna walk you through why this just isn't enough anymore to start filling your gym at scale with these independent contractors. It's because everybody else in the city is also promoting the same exact thing as you are. So put yourself in the shoes of this independent contractor or this personal trainer. And it's like, why should I go to your facility versus the next one if you're all offering the same thing? This is gonna lead them to just going to whichever one has the cheapest rent. And if you're lowering your rent investment just to get more coaches on board, you're gonna start scraping the bottom of the barrel, and that's not what you want. You want quality coaches who are gonna add to the vibe, add to the community, who want to start growing their business and who you don't have to chase down every single month for rent, right? But every gym out here is promoting that they have top of the line equipment, right? State-of-the-art equipment is the best thing out. But here's the issue with that is there's new equipment coming out every single month, every single year. And so I'll use the booty building equipment as an example where there was a lot of hype, everybody was getting it, but now everybody has it. So it's like, if you're relying on just better equipment than everybody else, it's like you have to keep investing on new equipment every single year. But again, it's like everybody else is getting the same equipment as well. Everybody's promoting set your own hours. Everybody's promoting like, hey, grow your business here because you don't have a capped income. You can make as much as you want. Earn six figures. You're going to get 24/7 access to your own gym. We have the best community in the area. This is the mecca of whatever type of city. And again, you may have all this stuff. I'm not trying to knock it. What I'm saying is everybody else is promoting the same thing. So it gets watered down to the prospect, to the independent coaches, right? You're also probably doing some content support. You're like, yeah, I'll do your intro video when you come on board or whatever it is. But ultimately, it's like we're doing all this type of promotion to get them to join our facility and come grow your business here. But here's the thing, it's just not enough. Right? I'm going to walk you through what type of coaches we're going to target, and they all have different pain points, but they all are relying on the same thing. They need a roadmap. They need some type of strategy. They need some type of guidance to be able to earn six figures a year. So that way they can leave their current shitty situation and not have a capped income. So that way they can really start setting their own hours, right? This is not enough to get somebody to leave their current situation and invest hundreds or thousands of dollars into your facility. So this is why this like rent space here, come grow your business here method just isn't working for you. And if that's all you're applying or promoting, it's because this is what it looks like, right? The trainer's going to pay you. They're going to pay your facility to be able to train their clients there, right? You're going to have them sign the contract agreement or whatever. You're going to give them a key to the facility. And then you're kind of like, okay, cool. You're on your own. Whether you do good or you do bad, like, I don't really care. Just make sure your rent's due on the first of every single month. Right? Even if you're like, yeah, I'm here for questions and all that stuff, it's just not enough support and guidance for these guys, because ultimately what happens is as we're promoting all this stuff, right, they're listening. But here's the thing, most coaches need to actually see proof that you can help them earn six figures a year, that you can help them create a schedule to where they can create their own hours, that you can help them not have a capped income so they can keep growing, right? And here's the thing, if you are just giving them a key and they're coming on board and you're meeting with them just like 2 or 3 times on that first or second month, guess what? After the third, fourth, fifth, sixth month, if they feel like they've already got all the value from you and your gym, like it doesn't really make too much sense for them to continue to stay there unless they're getting continued education, continued support, continued classes. If you're constantly helping them try to get more clients, and this is going to be the massive difference on like you not seeing a massive turnaround every single month with coaches, and you're actually keeping them long term. Like realistically, they should be with you for at least 2 years, as long as we are helping them become successful and as long as we're keeping them happy, right? So we're going to dive a little bit later into this video on what type of coaches we're going to target and like all their pain points and their goals and stuff. But think about this, right? Coaches training at commercial gyms, we know they want to leave. Coaches already training independently at other facilities, we know they want to grow. And then people working 9 to 5s that that they hate, they can't wait to clock out and then go to your gym so they can get their workouts, so they can post their videos and flexing selfies and all that stuff. So if we're running this method right here, which most struggling gyms are, it's not enough to get these guys to leave their current situation and commit to your gym. It's just not enough. They need a lot more proof. These independent coaches, they're probably paying a couple $100s a month at the gym that they're at. So they're like, why would I pay more, to come to your gym that has this like super awesome community and super cool equipment that's not going to help them get clients and pay more just to get the same exact thing, right? It's just not enough to convince these guys to fully commit and actually sign that agreement. And what ends up happening is like all this limiting support is going to lead them to figure everything out on their own. So they're going to actually stay stuck here, right? Unless they go hire outside help or invest into a coach or whatever it is, like they're stuck here. These independent coaches are stuck, and these 9 to 5ers are also stuck here, right? And since they have no clear path to actually like getting more clients and increasing their income, they're just going to look somewhere else, right? Again, it does not make sense for them to pay this facility a premium. I'm not gonna say any type of money because these type of facilities are usually only charging a couple $100s a month. And if you are closer to $1,000 a month, just think of how much more you could be charging for a rent investment when you add in all this extra help. But why it's beneficial to give them all this continued education, help, and support is because when they struggle, they end up leaving somewhere else, or we're chasing them down to pay the rent every single month. And we don't want to do that. Right? Realistically, we have our rent rate anywhere between like 1.5 to 2.5 clients, meaning they only need about 2 clients to be able to cover this premium rent investment, and the rest is 100% all theirs. Right? I'm going to walk you through how we're going to actually create this into a no-brainer offer. So they're going to literally feel crazy saying no to your offer. Even if the gym down the street is charging like half the rent rate, we're going to literally tell them like, yeah, if you're looking to save $400, I can point you in the direction of like 5 other gyms in the area. But if you're trying to make an extra $4,000, I'm going to walk you through exactly what we're going to give you so you can get there. Hustle sold separate. You just got to make sure you're showing up. But being able to provide all this extra value is the massive difference between the gyms that are charging just a couple $100s a month and struggling and have this high turnover of coaches every single month, to the ones who are charging this premium rent investment, keeping the coaches happy, and they're with you long term. This way, you're not having to bring on 2 to 5 coaches every single month, and you can actually start creating a wait list of coaches, which is the goal. But what actually works for maximizing trainer revenue to your facility is our win-win-win partnership, right? So this method before, it's really the only person really winning is you, the gym owner, right? Doing this method right here. But with our system, everybody wins. And this is why it's so lucrative, because we're helping these PTs create scalable careers, right? We're giving them the tools that they need to either start their business, get everything off the ground, or to start scaling it. Because we're going to walk them through how to really promote one-on-one coaching, small group coaching, and even start getting clients online, regardless if they're independent already, if they're coming from commercial gyms, or if they are trying to leave a 9 to 5. Right? And now we're going to be able to show them, hey, this is the roadmap for you to be able to hit 6 figures, instead of saying they can do it on their own here by figuring it out, right? But they also go on to help transform thousands of other lives in the community, right? Also, there's so many more pros to this. Like, the more coaches you bring on board, the more people you have promoting the gym every single day, tagging the gym every single day, getting more and more eyes every single day to the facility, right? The more lives are going to change. But guess what? These clients also, as you've probably seen, love to flex that they have a personal trainer. They love to flex the gym. They like to flex the community. They like to show everybody else like what their gym family looks like, right? These clients naturally want to get memberships at your facility. Naturally, they're going to want to buy their supplements there. Naturally, they're going to want to rep and buy your apparel. Naturally, they're going to want to keep all the money invested in there. If you have a sports massage therapist, they're going to want to see them versus somebody out the door. And this is how you, as the gym owner, is going to generate an extra $20,000 to $40,000 a month, because the trainer wins, the client wins, us as the gym owner wins every single time, right? It's not just all about us and pay us and, here's your key, just make sure it's due on time. It's like, hey, let me make sure everybody's winning and we're providing value to everybody. And again, this is why it's a win-win-win partnership, right? And this is exactly what we did with Bradley Martin and Zoo Culture, and how we completely transformed their PT program, their partnership with independent coaches, in literally 2 months, just 8 weeks. And before you start thinking like, yeah, it's Bradley Martin, he's super big on the internet, of course they're gonna blow up super quick, like right away. Well, that just wasn't the case. They were also doing the same exact thing everyone else was doing, probably what you're doing right now, and is promoting the same exact crap, right? Super watered down. They were doing this for 6 months. And within those 6 months, they were only able to bring on 2 coaches. Just 2, which is insane. And only one of those coaches was actually paying. The other one was like trying to be in this management position, just didn't work out or whatever. So anyways, we came in, and even though, yeah, we did say we're going to help the trainer achieve all these things, right? But the only difference is we actually showed them we had a roadmap, an actual strategy to help them grow their business with us. Right? We started bringing a lot more value than everybody else. And so this is why they wanted to leave other gyms in the area and start or scale their PT business at Zoo Culture. And this was literally the massive difference and this giant shift to filling up this facility in just 8 weeks, right? And I'm gonna walk you through what exactly that entailed, right? So we brought on 21 coaches in just this 8 weeks. This number is gonna vary on a couple of different things. One being like the household median income, what the area is looking like. There's a bunch of little stuff that goes into it, right? Even if you're at $1,000 a month with this system and program, you're gonna be able to increase it as well. What we did with these coaches, we only had like a certain number of coaches that were coming on at 1,000, and then it was gonna start increasing to 1,500. Right? Because you get to start creating this wait list, you get to be a lot more exclusive, and you only want to bring on people once you reach to a certain point that are willing to pay that premium prices. And it's not just about charging more. Also, I want to include that people pay attention to what they pay for. So who do you think is going to take their business a lot more seriously? Somebody paying $1,500 a month or somebody paying like $600 a month? It's always the $1,500 one, right? So 21 coaches at $1,000 a month. We brought on a sports massage therapist at $3,000 a month on a 1-year contract. And then we also brought on a meal prep company at $1,000 a month. This one is super easy and a no-brainer. Like there's probably like 10,000 meal prep companies in your area right now. And so it gets pretty competitive with those guys, right? But the cool thing is we get to create this ecosystem where it's like these coaches come on board, right? Everybody's going to need a sports massage therapist for whatever, or their clients are getting hurt and their clients are trying to cancel their sessions or whatever. Like these coaches get to be like, hold on, whatever you need, we have it here, right? A lot of these coaches are going to be able to give training plans and meal plans to all their clients. But if the client has any type of issue, right? If they don't want to invest the time into making the meals themselves, well, it's like, hey, option B, we want to keep you on track. We're going to be able to connect you with our meal prep company that we have in-house, and you're going to have to invest the money so that way we can stay on track and get to your goal. Again, we also walk them through how to upsell all this stuff as well, because again, in this ecosystem, if everybody is winning, you as the gym owner is going to win, right? This is how we keep quality and we add so much more value, and we teach these guys how to become selling pros. So this is how we generate 25K monthly reoccurring revenue in just 8 weeks, right? There's also going to be like more pros that come from it too. This is just within the 8 weeks monthly, right? We also sold about $2,000 in just apparel. We also sold a bunch of premium memberships, and this is going to be like with subs, pre-workouts, energy drinks, all that good stuff. If you guys sell like snacks or whatever else, if you guys have like a juice bar or something like that, like obviously it's going to add to all the income as well. So this is how we create an ecosystem where if everybody's winning, you're going to start to see this money flowing in. But let's talk about who we're going to recruit, right? And who we're going to close. And this is another reason why I think most gyms struggle to attract ideal coaches, is because they're just trying to talk to everybody instead of targeting specific pain points that each one of these independent contractors or fit pros or wellness professionals or boxing coaches or Muay Thai coaches or whatever it is, they all have specific problems that they need answers for. But we know that they're all missing a roadmap and a strategy, right? So we have the 9-to-5, right? These 9-to-5ers probably hate their job. They hate clocking in every day. They hate having a capped income. There's so much to this, but a couple pain points right here, right? They hate their job. They can't wait to clock out of their 9-to-5 and head to your gym to be able to record their workout, post their flexing selfie, all that good stuff. But the cool thing is they're already living their lifestyle. They already look pretty jacked. They're already pretty shredded. They're already in shape. But most of all, it's like most of these guys already have friends, family, coworkers, people in their life that are asking them for PT help. And some of them get started. They're like, yeah, here's a training plan via text or whatever it is, right? They know that there's interest in their help, but they just don't know how to package it together to be able to sell it at a premium, right? These independent coaches, so they're already at a gym right now, they're already marketing for themselves, but these guys usually stay stuck for the past couple months, the past couple years, right? Stuck as in they have the same amount of clients, or they have the same issues every single month where they have like 3 to 5 clients leaving every month. So they're trying to constantly like grind every month to get 3 to 5 new ones, instead of packaging and creating a system that provides so much value that's going to like guarantee the client success and they want to stay for a lot longer, right? They're also stuck under charging. A lot of times they probably just don't know what they could be charging, or they just suck at sales. So instead of like charging what they're worth, they're scared of the client saying no to their pricing, so they charge some stupid cheap price, right? But we come in with a lot more value, so that way they provide a lot more value to easily justify what they're charging, right? These guys also don't know where their next client is coming from. They're posting endless content. They feel like they have to post 7 days a week, which is all time consuming and a lot of work, but it really isn't the answer. But they think that they just have to keep posting constantly and keep sitting back and praying that somebody sees it, reaches out to join their program, right? Sometimes these guys are also working multiple jobs, like they're working at Chipotle or they're serving or whatever it is. And their dream, their goal is to take training full time, but they just don't know where to get started, right? These commercial gym coaches are super cool. And I know in like a perfect world, you're like, yeah, I just want to bring somebody on that I can just give the key and like they already have clientele and they're ready to go or whatever it is. And you're going to find those type of coaches, but you're not going to scale to 30, 45 coaches with just depending on those type of coaches, right? So these commercial gym coaches are super dope because like Bobby here might join the facility. And so Susan, Sarah, like Steve back here, whatever, they may not be ready to take that leap just yet to go independent. But what's going to happen is as they see him getting success, like him making more money, him having full control, him chilling in the middle of the day or whatever, they are going to eventually come on board as well too. So these are super, super cool, right? But anyways, commercial gym coaches, we already know that the gym's taking anywhere between like 50 to 85% of their paycheck. We know these coaches are training and they're like, damn, the client is paying the gym $75 an hour and I'm only getting 14. This is some bullshit. And so we know that that's keeping them up at night and it's kind of like in their mind all day long, right? They have a capped income. They can only trade so many hours in the day for training sessions. They have no control of their schedule. Sometimes they're training twice out of the day. Sometimes they're training twice out of the week, which is shitty. Like, how do you live like that? Some of the commercial gym coaches we talk to are making like $800 a month, right? That's $400 every 2 weeks, which should be illegal. These guys can't train outside of the gym. If the gym catches them training clients, whether in that gym or like at a gym down the street, they usually give them a hard time, a big issue. But these guys are like, hey, I want to start taking this next step. I just don't know how to do it without letting go of this full-time job just yet. Again, these guys also want to do more. They want to make a lot more money. They want a lot more control of their life. They just don't know where to go for the help. Wellness is going to be a bigger umbrella. Again, just this could be wellness. This is going to be coaches that are already boxing under a different company. It could be Muay Thai coaches working for a different gym or dojo or whatever they're in. But these guys, same exact thing as commercial gym coaches. They're working for these big chains that are taking huge percentages, or they're just making bare minimum wage there. These guys also want to expand their client base, but where better to expand their client base than a facility like yours where they have access to 20 to 40 independent coaches, other business owners that they can collab with. And on top of that, their clients. And again, if each one of these trainers has about 10 clients on average, if you have 30 coaches, that's another 300 members that are going to be inside your facility, which is a huge selling point to these wellness professionals and coaches that want to join your facility. Again, all this is going to justify that premium price that you're charging, right? So now I want you to put yourself in the shoes of these PTs, of these independent contractors right here. And you're seeing 5 different gyms in the city promoting the same thing, that come grow your business here. We have the best equipment. We have the best vibe. We're the community. We're the best. Everyone else sucks. Which one would you leave all of this for, right? All of this for to start at? If all the gyms are looking the same, you'd probably go to the gym that has an actual program laid out, a roadmap, all this guidance, all this extra support to help get you to where you want to get to, right? This is going to help justify paying a premium at your gym because they're going to see that you have the results to back it up. Right? That's another big thing, is like they want to see social proof. That's another big thing I see most gyms struggling on, is they're promoting like call to action. Come join our gym, opt in. We have 5 more spots available, whatever. But so many gyms are lacking the social proof. I'm sure even if you only have 5 coaches at your gym, you have social proof to show, right? You probably have coaches that have started with you complete brand new, fresh, other coaches that came from independent gyms and now they have more clients there. Maybe they just love the environment more, or the quality of life is a lot better, right? You have social proof already. You probably have a couple of these as well, but have you portrayed it, right? These guys, ultimately, yeah, they want to see that the coaches at your facility like it there, it's a good vibe, but they also want to see like, hey, how many clients are they bringing on? Ultimately, the biggest selling point is like, how much money are they making? Right? If we're able to show another 9 to 5, or like, hey, this is my client Steven, who also started brand new cold turkey here, left his 9 to 5 to take this on full time, and now he's making $5,000 in the second month. Well, now this guy's probably going to want to go talk to him, and that guy's going to sell the gym for you. So social proof is so necessary, and why so many gyms struggle is because they are not showing any of this. They're not able to properly portray it, right? So once they come in to your facility to do a tour, we're literally going to give you a slideshow where you're going to walk them through step by step how you're going to work with them for the next 12 weeks to guarantee their success as long as they are showing up. Right? We are going to show them, hey, this is how you're going to create an irresistible offer. You're going to provide everything necessary to your client to guarantee they get to their goal in the next 12 weeks or 6 months or whatever the program is. We're going to show them what tools and systems they need to be able to accept payment, to give them contracts, to be able to give them the training plans, the meal plans, the 24/7 tech support, all that good stuff that's needed. There's so much that goes in here. I just want to give you like a 1,000-mile overview, right? We're going to show them how, instead of trying to target everybody and being like a general fitness coach, we're going to show them how to target a small group of specific people, because again, just like these guys, different demographics have different pain points and have different goals, and they all need like different strategies to get to these goals as well. We're going to show them how to create content, right? Give them the framework for content to make them stand out as an authority and stand out from the sea of hundreds of other coaches in their city. We're also going to help them with sales training, become sales pros. And this is like probably one of the biggest bottlenecks, because even if they're doing all this properly, even if they're getting people in their pipeline to come and sit in a consultation with them, if they're dropping the ball on the sales, on the consultation, well, the client's not joining. These guys are making no money and they're going to want to leave after that. Right? So this is kind of like one of the biggest bottlenecks. And we already know we can give them everything that they need on like a golden platter, but they need a lot more support. And this is what most gyms do not have. They do not provide this to the coaches. And again, it's understandable why. It does require a little bit of time. And if you don't have any systems in place, what you've probably seen is you bring on a new coach and you're spending an hour with them to onboard them, another hour with them to do consultations, another hour to walk them through how to create content, another hour how to do this and do that. And so you're spending like 6 to 8 hours with a new coach per month. And guess what? They don't retain all the information. So if they're slacking, you might have to do it again next month and the month after that. So what we do is we give them constant community support, a place where it takes all the workload off you as the gym owner, and they can come on these weekly group calls with us to go over all of this stuff even more in depth. Right? On top of that, we always do open Q&A, so these guys can literally ask any questions about the call at the end or questions about anything else that they're struggling with. We also give them 24/7 chat support. So if they don't want to wait for these weekly calls, they can ask in the chat anytime. And if it's something quick, we'll answer back. Or we can send them like a quick video breakdown if it's something a little bit more complex. But we also give them self-paced support. So they're going to go back and be able to watch the videos 24/7 as long as they are with your facility, which is like a massive selling point, right? They know if they leave your gym, they're not going to have this support anymore. And so it's going to kind of like hold on to them. It's going to hook them in, even if they feel like they are struggling, right? And then again, team support. You're going to be able to see if the coaches are busy or not. So we're going to also walk you through some frameworks on how to give them even more support and check-ins and a little pat on the back and all that good stuff while they're at the facility with you. Right. But why this was so easy for us to do with Zoo Culture in just 8 weeks is because we have a proven system. Most gym owners that I talk to don't have any type of system to get new coaches in, right? Their main source of promotion is posting up that they have the top of the line equipment and come grow your business here and all that good stuff, right? Not only do they not have any social proof, but when a trainer messages them with any type of question, it's usually how much is the gym rent there, they instantly just try to like sell them into coming in for a consultation. They're literally like, hey, we don't give prices over the DM, like let's do a walkthrough, let's do a tour, whatever. But what that does, it leaves you to turn that consultation, that tour into like a sales tour, right? You're trying so hard to sell yourself. And with this system, what we found is we can actually pre-sell them. So that way we turn that tour into more of like an onboarding tour. They're already kind of pre-sold. They have a little bit more information, not all of it, but a little bit more information on how the program and the system and everything works at your facility, right? And we do that by building trust first with them, right? Think about it. We're trying to ask this person to invest possibly a couple $1,000s into your facility over the next couple months, over the next couple years, tens of thousands, right? And so it all starts in that very first intro message that we send them in the DM. But how are we gonna do that? So we are gonna script out a ad for you that's calling out the pain points of all those types of coaches I just listed above. And we are gonna show them social proof behind it, right? I'm gonna show you what that looks like. But we are gonna launch this ad and we're gonna target a 15-mile radius around your location, right? We're gonna help you launch this ad so you don't have to go hire another agency for it, and it's set up properly. The system is just proven. Hold up, if you're seeing how these systems can transform your facility, don't wait till the end of the video. Click the link down below to schedule a call with me and my team, and we'll show you how to implement these systems in your facility to completely transform your PT partnership program in the next 90 days. So what ends up happening as this ad is getting launched, not only is it going to make you the most seen gym in the area, but now you're capturing the attention of all the other personal trainers and all the 9-to-5ers and everybody else. So now you're going to get all the follows of all these other coaches and people interested in the area from the ad, right? They're going to hit the follow button. We are not going to sit back. Most gym owners are sitting back and like, okay, cool, this person followed, but why haven't they messaged us yet? But again, remember, we don't want to wait on these coaches. We are going to go out and get them. So as soon as we see them hit the follow button, we are going to go shoot them a message with the proven DM script, right? And the reason this works so well is because we're going to take about 10 to 12 messages back and forth to get to know this person a little bit more. So instead of selling them on this tour, the consultation right away, right? We're like, pump the brakes. Hey, is it cool if I ask you a couple questions to see if this is going to be a good fit for you? Right now they're like, oh shit, yeah, sure. People love talking about themselves. So that's exactly what we do in the DM Convos. We're asking general questions about them and their business to get them to open up. We're going to get a little bit more pain points out of them. And then if we feel like they're a good fit, then we're going to invite them for a quick intro call, right? So now they're going to hear your tonality of your voice, your vibe. We're going to give you a script on the intro call as well, because we're going to dive a little bit deeper into their pain points, answer a couple questions that they have about the facility. We are not giving the price to anybody on that intro call. And then if you still feel like they're a good fit, then we're going to invite them in for the tour where they're going to be pre-sold. So that way we can actually have them sign the agreement and they're ready to go, right? If there's any type of objections, we're going to actually answer them. We're going to be able to like squash them before they even come in for this tour, right? It may require a little bit of time, a little bit of brain power, but this is the massive difference on you breaking this plateau of personal trainers and independent contractors at your gym and actually scaling to 25, 35, 45 coaches, right? But again, let's go ahead and dive into why this made such a big impact with trainer and gym revenue in just 8 weeks with Zoo Culture and Bradley Martin, right? So remember, let's rewind. Remember, I told you earlier in the video that most coaches are listening, but most need to see proof, right? So we're not just going to keep yapping anymore. We're not just going to keep saying what we could do for them, but we're going to start showing them how exactly we're going to help them grow their business, how exactly we're going to help them make 6 figures a year, how exactly we're going to help them leave the shitty situation that they're in, take control of their life, take control of their business, so that way they can start reaching these personal goals and business goals as well, right? So when they come in for that tour, we're going to show them the layout. We're going to basically overwhelm them with the amount of value that they're going to get with our facility. Again, making it a no-brainer offer. Everything that they told us that they need, we're now at this part of the consult, we're going to be like, okay, cool, let us show you this. So it's like, hey, this is going to solve this issue. Hey, you told me you don't know how to create content. There's a module for that. You told me you don't know how to do sales. There's a module for that. You told me you don't have confidence. There's a module for that, right? Any problem that they have, we're going to be able to solve for them through this walkthrough, right? We're going to show them everything that they need inside PT Pro Accelerator, where we're going to welcome to the course. We're going to give them a little bit of mindset training. We're going to show them exactly what we expect from them over the course of this partnership and what they can expect from us as well. We walk them through what tools and systems they need, all that good stuff, show them how to create better content, show them how to become a sales pro, show them how to build a community within their clientele, which is going to give even more value to their clientele, and it's going to make their clients want to stay with them a lot longer. There's just so much that goes into these tabs. This is just a 1,000-mile overview. And then on top of this, again, remember, I said, we know they need way more support, guidance, and training than just like, here, go watch these videos. So now they're going to be able to join these support calls. Right now they are once a week. We are looking to bump it up to 2 times a week. But anyways, they're going to be able to click this link and instantly they're on the call every single week. If they are busy for whatever reason, because we know some are working multiple jobs, some are already maybe training during those hours. So what we always do is we record the calls and then we post them up inside our community chat where they can ask questions anytime and they can rewatch it later on in the day. We usually tell them to make this their cardio series. So again, we just give them an overwhelming amount of value and support. They're going to literally feel crazy saying no and being okay to go to the gym down the street and paying a cheaper rent. Right. And what we actually start seeing is the coaches that do that because they're scared or they have limiting beliefs or whatever. We are all here for the long-term game. And so they eventually leave that gym and end up jumping on board. Right. It may take a month or two for them to see like, yeah, this isn't it. And I can't do it on my own. But what we also do when they come in for the tour to make it a no-brainer, it's like, hey, we're not just like, we didn't just create this yesterday. These are all proven systems and these are other coaches. And what we really want to do with this is be like, hey, this is a coach that is coming from your situation and struggling with all the same things. And this is what she was able to do. This is what all these people were able to do. Right now, you're probably going to be using our social proof. But again, we know even if you only have 5 coaches at your facility, we know that you have social proof inside of your doors. So over time, we're going to be able to start stacking all that stuff. And they're going to be able to see like 100 trainer wins when they come in here. So they're going to be like, man, all these people did it. So like, why can't I? Right? It's going to boost up their confidence a little bit more. But we're going to show them how Marianne was actually training at an independent training facility, struggled, so she had to go back to training at a corporate gym, realized that was not the play, then joined one of our partnering facilities where she was able to get all the information that she needed to be able to boost her confidence, create a better training program. So now she's over here selling $2,000 programs. Clients are paying up front because that's how well she learned sales. Right? It's insane. So this is also why it easily justifies you charging a premium price because you're like, yeah, our rent rate is, let's just say it's $1,500 per month, right? The rent investment. And so it's like, hey, as long as you get one client, like that pays the rent investment, right? Worst case scenario, they bring on a new client for like $600 and they need like 2 or 3 of them to pay the rent investment or whatever it is. We can always play around with that. But essentially what we want to do with these wins is to show them like, hey, this person was in your shoes, but now they got out of it because they invested in themselves and our facility to be able to get all the information support that they need, right? Also, Christina started brand new, left the 9 to 5 to be able to start training. It was a massive step for her, but now we're able to show her social proof that she's able to sign people up left and right. And now she's starting to like stack her week with consultation. Rogelio was another brand new coach, never trained before, never sold a program before, joined one of our partnering facilities, and now he's signing up clients left and right. And the cool thing is, these guys do all the selling for you afterwards. They start telling their friends and family and other people within fitness about you guys. And again, we take this social proof, we post it up to social media to show the masses. If we have any other coaches who are still on the fence, right? If I have a coach, Steven, and he's like, oh man, I want to leave my 9 to 5 so bad, but I just can't take the leap yet. Where I'm like, hey man, this is Marianne that just did it as well. This is Christina. We can also send these in the DMs and all that good stuff. So there's a lot more that goes in the DM process, but it's pretty clutch, right? But why this works so well, why this crushed with Zoo Culture in 8 weeks is because we bring on this coach, right? We give them all the tools and systems that we promised them. We're giving them the support, all of the help, so that way they're able to sign clients right away. They're able to make money. And guess what? They start doing all the selling for you. And all these people, because they trust this coach, like your facility is already vouched for. Right. And the cool thing is, guess what? Now you have more independent contractors at your facility every day. That's more and more people promoting, getting more eyeballs in the community landing on your facility. These eyeballs, these clients start turning into members, right? They want to get a membership there. They want to join the vibe. They're already learning on this equipment. So why not get a membership there? And this is why it really wasn't that hard to add an extra $25,000 monthly reoccurring to the facility in just 8 weeks. Right. And you can start multiplying this again. It's like if you're adding 20 coaches to the facility, like everybody's like, what's going on there? All this good stuff. Maybe you might not want that much. It's totally fine. But again, it's like if you're going to have a lower amount of trainers at your facility, that's when we're going to really start increasing the rent investment, because now we really are focusing on quality and not quantity. Right. But again, why PT Pro is just a no-brainer offer to our facility partners and to these personal trainers that want to come on board is because we already know that these trainers, we know that they're good at training. We know that they can help somebody get to their goal, right? Maybe they just need a little bit more help with the programming, whatever it is. But we know ultimately they're just terrible at business, all the front end stuff. The massive bottleneck is they cannot get more clients in the doors, and the ones that they do, they struggle to close them out, right? So we know these trainers are still undercharging dramatically for their services, right? They're charging $20 a session when we can show them with the right framework, they can go to $75 to $100 a session, right? We can actually show them how to make $200 per hour with small group training. That's still keeping really good quality, right? They also don't know how to consistently acquire new clients. Remember, they're posting all this endless content 7 days a week, and they're sitting back crossing their fingers that a new client sees it and actually reaches out. But again, this is no way to grow a business. It's really actually a really good way to guarantee they're going to continue to stay stuck. And we also know that they lack systems for managing their current client base. If they're brand new, they're lacking systems for literally everything. But we know we've seen with current coaches as well, just like most gym owners, they don't know how to confidently get a prospect out of the DMs and schedule for that consult or that tour, but also like how to pre-sell them, right? Which is super massive. These limitations directly impact your bottom line because trainers who don't fill their books or fill up their schedules can't pay a premium rent rate, right? Those that can't get clients at all is not even paying your minimum rent rate. And what ends up happening is you got to like chase them down every single month for the rent. And it's just a lot of wasted time. And it's like an unnecessary headache that can easily be avoided. If a trainer can't pay their rent, they're going to leave. They're going to ghost their clients. It happens, unfortunately, but there are ways to help avoid it. But ultimately, even though it's not your problem, it is your problem to deal with. Because if these trainers ghost their clients or anything like that, those clients are actually going to come directly to you. They're going to leave those Yelp reviews. They're going to leave those Google reviews, all that good stuff. So it's a headache that, again, we can just easily avoid, right? But eventually, if they're not making money, they're going to leave. Like they're going to leave on bad terms, right? This is why you're probably seeing a high turnover rate, because again, it's pretty easy to understand. If we are helping them make money, if they are bringing in clients, right? Even though it's not our responsibility, we're not going to promise them that we're going to give them clients. We're going to give you all the tools necessary for you to be able to not only onboard your next like 5 clients, but for you to consistently gain new clients every single month. But if we're not providing all this, if they're not making money, this is why you have a high turnover rate. Or even worse, why you're not bringing in any new coaches, right? But this is exactly why we were able to completely transform the PT partnership program and the facility at Zoo Culture is because of this system. We've seen as these trainers start earning more money, they start investing more into their business, right? They invest more into higher quality cameras. They start their own clothing lines. They're able to hire videographers to come out to your facility to shoot all this premium content. These successful trainers start attracting more successful and quality trainers through referrals, which do all the pre-selling for you. And because we have a higher retention rate now, you're going to have a lot more stability and a predictable revenue coming in every single month. Like, take a second to break down what an extra $25,000 in monthly reoccurring revenue would do for you and your facility. Like, for example, with Vanessa at a House Fitness and Wellness Center, they were able to do a lot more revamping at their facility. They were actually able to take over the location next door to extend their facility. Or maybe you want to buy more equipment. Maybe you want to hire more help. Maybe you just want more time off. Maybe you need to start repairing a lot of the equipment that you have now. All this is obtainable because we go from managing trainers and having to chase down struggling trainers or attract struggling trainers to supporting these business partners and give them this no-brainer offer that's going to take them from stuck and struggling with the capped income to being able to scale the revenue every single month. All right, if you made it to this part of the video, then you probably related to a lot of the same struggles that most gym owners are facing when trying to scale their facility with PTs. And if you want these exact strategies implemented into your gym, then go ahead and click the link down below to schedule a call with me and my team. And again, this isn't just about adding more trainers. It's about maximizing the program you already have. And let's be real, the fitness industry is getting more competitive every single day. But the facilities that are going to make it out on top are the ones that are going to create these true partnerships where trainers and gym owners both win. So don't wait until your trainers start leaving or you want to start closing your doors just like Vanessa felt, because the right system can completely transform your gym in the next 90 days.